By the way, I rewatched your first episode, and when you come out with the tiny little, when you describe, that you're the runt of the litter of your, humongous family, and your parents made you little things so that you felt bigger. It was so funny. It's a funny bit,
hold on. And then I do have a question about that. Was it Humongous or Hugh Normous? I thought it was Hugh Normous.
Oh, okay, yes. So
They
I
changed
auditioned
it,
for
right?
Humongous. After the first network read, on my dressing room door, it said Humongous, but it was revealed. I guess someone did some Google searches. They wanted friendly Disney names. That's either the name of an adult porn star, or if you search Humongous, you get some naughty images.
Everybody who's listening right now is Googling Humongous.
Fun fact, my Jennifer Stone was like a Ukrainian or like some like Eastern European
does that stop you
porn
from
star.
being able to use that name?
No, but like I felt bad because like right when we were on Wizards, you could Google my name and you would get some very
you know what?
Sorry.
You have to have her on the pod.
No, there's no David DeLuise. Oh yeah, right.
Absolutely not. Never. Oh God.
I'll have to call you with different names because we'll be so confused.
Well, that can't be her real name. There's no way that's her real name.
Right.
I was born with this name. Come on.
Right.
Oh, my question was going to be, did you ever get sick? Because they really like, and you sold it. God bless you. But the gags of all like the tiny stuff and the glasses. Did you ever get sick of that gag?
Yeah,
like,
there was a
over
later
and over
episode
again?
where you had to hold a bed above your head or something. There was a little tiny bed.
Oh, and that episode was directed by David DeLuise.
Oh, was it now?
Oh, that's so convenient. You brought that up. Oh
I did direct, I think, 7 episodes of the show, and that was a big part of why I wanted to do it, because I wanted to start directing, which was really fun. How was he as a director?
Well, that was one of my 2-day ones. They didn't call me in to be all 5 days.
So it wasn't my fault.
It was horrible.
No, but you have to know, as a director of a sitcom, there's not a lot of creative stuff that it's a lot of like blocking is important, and the cameras
Making sure
are
we're all
important.
not in one line.
And if you can get a joke here or there out of thin air, where you like pause, look over before you say the thing, we'll get 2 jokes out of it, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of maybe I'm wrong, but
I was thrilled to be. That episode was so fun, and I met Fred Stoller on that episode and became friends with.
And Fred was the manager / elevator operator of the magical 13th floor.
Because wasn't that the one where like Selena and I like move in with each other?
Yes, exactly. And I wanted to ask you this, and this is what's so interesting to me. Now, you've been on Glee, you've done a lot of other shows that were not that were already on air. So when you worked on Wizards, you didn't know any of the people, right? So when did it hit, and when did people start going, "Oh my God, you're Hugh Normous"?
As soon as it started airing, and after my first 2 episodes aired, to this day, there's 3 things that I'll get known for the most. And it's Drake and Josh, Wizards of Waverly Place, and Glee. Mm-hmm. And 9 times out of 10, it's one of those things. And it usually is Wizards. And and I guess I stick out because my hair, I have a big afro for those who are just listening. I don't know if there's a video component to the podcast.
Yes, there is.
There is.
We see you, Josh.
Okay. So after it aired, and I also watched it when it started airing from the first episode, and I was like, this show is really good. And I know they had some of the same writers as Friends, and it wasn't like your typical or what maybe you'd expect from a Disney Channel show. The writing was amazing. Yeah. The acting was great. And it was fun to be on, and the food was good too. And
free food is the best. People always say, "What's your favorite thing about Hollywood?" And I say, "The free food." I used to go to craft service because they throw away a lot of stuff.
It's true.
But I had 2 young daughters, and that's what I would do to make lunch. I would take all the free food and bring it home, and that's where their lunches and some of their dinners came from. Not wasting is important.
No, it is. Yeah. It is.
Free food's important.
Can I tell you what else I remember from my first episode? And I want to know how often this happened. Do you remember the character Jerko Phoenix? He
Yeah.
was the great 12-ball player.
Right, who was a bad guy. He was the bad guy, right?
So there was a different actor for the first 3 days.
Oh, wow.
And me and him, we got along because we were the guest stars, guests on this show. But after the network run-through, he was gone the next day,
Yeah.
which, as an actor, was like, oh, wait, what?
It's really terrifying for sure.
Like, could this happen? Could you? And I found out the reason is because, and this wasn't smart of him, because we're all supposed to be playing young people.
Mm-hmm.
He showed up to the network. He didn't shave. He had like his beard and or a sleeveless shirt with all his tattoos exposed.
Yeah.
Where I'm thinking, wait, I'm 23. I don't want to get caught being 23. I'm going to shave real close.
Yeah.
I'm going to moisturize. I'm putting my serum on. I'm gonna look like a youth.
Yes,
No,
youth,
it's
exactly. I
smart.
did it, but just so you know, I did the same thing. I didn't look.
I'm on a
15,
children's
but
show.
yeah.
I gotta.
But listen, they say, or at least I've said to my friends, do you know when you have a TV show? Not when you get the part, not when you do the pilot, not when you do the first season. When you're in like season 5, that's when you know you got
See,
the part.
for me, when it
You
comes
know
out
what I
on
mean?
DVD and I've
That's
done the
when you-
commentary, that's when I'm like, cool, I'm not going to get fired.
Well, you
have
never
you
know.
ever been, have either of you ever been fired
I
from
was,
a job?
I actually replaced someone on a show that I did with Peter Marietta called Jesse, which was on After Friends with Christina Applegate. I replaced someone, Rafer Waggle, I think was his name.
That was his real name?
I think so.
Say that one more
Rafer,
time.
Rafer, I know was his name. And then we
Rafer's
actually,
cool, but Rafer Waggle is
I got
crazy.
fired from the second season, right? They changed the show up. And then me and him did Selma Blair's show, Zoe Duncan, Jack, and Black, or whatever it was. Zoe. You remember that show?
No, I don't remember that show. But
So I got.
That's really crazy,
I
though.
replaced someone, and then I got fired, and I've been replaced. I was on a show called Townies with Molly Ringwald, Jenna Elfman, Ron Livingston, Lauren Graham.
Yeah.
And then I got replaced by what's his name? He's a really famous stand-up comic who's like
What's
red
he look-
hair.
Wait, hold on. That's going to bug me. What is the...
Bill Burr,
Yeah, there
exactly.
it is.
Bill
from,
Burr
from the
replaced me.
Either.
I have to say, it was hard and it felt
But that's
bad.
a totally different kind of comedy.
But the fact that Bill Burr became very successful made me feel a little better about being
Yeah.
replaced. But I got okay. I'm going to stop talking in a second. Dave's World was a show that I did. I got a part on it, and I did the table read. I did the first day of rehearsal.
Yeah.
This was the spinoff of Night Court. The
No one knows
the
any
judge.
of these shows.
Okay, but somebody might. Anybody
Okay.
out there?
The 4 people who don't know what Connect 4 is know these shows.
But I got paid, which was wonderful. But they said they don't want you to come back. He was a carpenter, and I was only like 22, so I was
you
a little
needed to
young.
not shave and use the serum.
Exactly.
Got it.
But when I told my dad that I got fired, he said, "Oh, welcome to the club."
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like it happens to everybody. You just have to
I
accept it
still
and move
haven't
on.
been fired, and I feel like I'm missing something.
Well, it's going to happen.
I know it's gonna happen. It happens to everybody, so that's why I'm like, ugh, like when's it coming for me? You know?
Oh, that's so funny. Hey, do you remember working with Octavia Spencer? Because she was like the bad, or she turned into like a bad witch. She was the
Yeah.
one running everything.
Very much so. I don't want to start gossip or I don't look too much into this, but I used to hang out in her dressing room quite a bit, with permission, with consent.
Sure. I would hope so.
I love you, Josh. She was so nice and so sweet.
She was lovely.
And listen, I have to say that I did not, like, I think 2 years later, she won an Academy Award, right?
Yeah, for the help.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it was. I don't know if the show was still on. I think it was after the show. But my time
No,
frames
it was
sucked.
after for sure. I just don't know
Yeah.
exactly.
But I
when,
remember like because she had something. She had a show that she was like writing and producing, and she wanted she was talking to Selena about it.
This was my first guest starring role. Like before this, I guess the ranking there's co-star, which is usually like what they call sometimes if you have less than 5 lines, like on the Drake and Josh and other shows I had. So this was a guest spot, and Octavia was like a mentor, and she was telling me about this show. I forget what it was, an ABC that she was on before, and she was just talking about her career and telling me very encouraging things. And it was, so seeing her just blow up. I'm always so happy for her and love seeing her on the
Same
screen.
here. Because
talented.
even when she was on Wizards, she'd been an actor for so long.
Thank you so much for watching that clip of Wizards of Waverly Pod. For the full episode, go check it out on our Wizards Pod YouTube channel. The link's in the description. And for bonus content, weekly, join our Patreon. The link is in the description for that too. See you soon.